Sinusitis for about 20 years. One task that should be easy takes me about 5 times as long to accomplish or think about. I have had surgery on my sinuses. Absolutely nothing helps. So much better. So much better. I feel more energetic. Brain fog has dissipated. Just so much better. Yeah, overall. I'm Becky Seifert. I am 61 years old, and I have suffered from chronic sinusitis for about 20 years. I feel congested very frequently in my sinuses right here. I feel a lot of pressure and pain here and up here and here. It's very debilitating. I feel exhausted. I feel fatigued. I would say my normal is about 5 when it's okay. It gets better when I take Sudafed. Then it gets to about a 3. While it's taking effect. Frequently, it gets to about an 8. One task that should be easy takes me about 5 times as long to accomplish or think about or wrap my head around. It's hard for me to think on my feet. It is very difficult for me to engage in a long-term task with a lot of focus because my sinuses are so cloudy. So I have foggy head. No, the highest level it gets would be about 8.
How often does that happen? How frequent?
3 times a week.
Oh.
I have gone to an allergist. I have gotten allergy shots. I went for 5 years to get allergy shots. I have had surgery on my sinuses 20 years ago, and it did not do a thing. Taken antidepressants. I've seen a psychiatrist. I've seen a therapist. Absolutely nothing helps. Is my jaw. My jaw pain started my jaw has always popped for as long as I can remember. I've seen dentists, and when I open my mouth, it is popped, and they go, "Oh, your jaw pops. Does that hurt?" And I will say no, because it has not hurt until about a year ago. A year ago, I experienced a psychologically traumatic event, and all of a sudden, I felt my right jaw pop. It felt like it popped out of place. And it hurt in a way I'd never felt it before. It hurt when I opened and closed my mouth. It hurt when I chew. And it hurt when I yawned. For about a year, I've not been able to yawn fully. It comes and goes, the degree of pain. Sometimes it's worse. Sometimes I'm able to open my mouth further. Sometimes I'm not able to even open my mouth at church to sing. And I don't know why. It fluctuates. But it's gotten so bad that I can't really enjoy sitting down and having a meal or a nice steak or something with my husband. Something's wrong, and it needs to be addressed. Yeah, the left side is better. I feel the pain primarily in my right side.
And number on 0 to 10. What is on the right? What's on the left?
Yeah, 0 to 10 would be 8 on the right and about 4 on the left.
You can point to me where that is? Hurting?
Uh-huh.
There. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Perfect.
My dentist said if it starts hurting, come back and see her. So I went back to see her, and she said she'd have to refer me to someone who could give me a bite guard, but then she'd have to refer me to someone for surgery. And that's when I just stopped, and I just lived with the pain until my husband found Dr. Raman. Anxiety, I am born with it, I do believe. My dad had depression, anxiety in a major way. I do feel that it's a lifelong thing that I'm learning as I go, what works, what doesn't work. I am on medication, sertraline. Probably need to up the dose a little bit. I believe it's 100, but I'm not real sure. I'll have to check and see. Might be 75, 50, I don't really know. Haven't gotten it checked in a while. I live probably with a 7.
All the time.
Yes. It doesn't get to panic attack. It probably gets to 8 or 9 once a week. There are family dynamics that have fed into this. We have worked on them. It's a work in progress. In addition to just wanting to feel at peace in every way, in my head, in my soul, in my body, my right hip hurts and my right knee hurts. 2 years. The right knee, about 2 years. Usually after I've gone up and down the stairs quite a bit, I used to be able to walk a long ways, and now without any pain. Now I walk about 1.5 miles and I have to stop, and my hip hurts. An 8.
Mm-hmm. And the knee?
Probably about an 8 as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So much better, so much better. I feel more energetic, and the brain fog has dissipated, and depression, anxiety is almost just so much better. Yeah, overall. My husband is going through treatment, radiation treatment for a brain tumor, non-cancerous, but he's been through a lot of cancer treatment, so it's pretty heavy, but I'm able to handle it. And I'm able to be strong and supportive for him and for my daughter. On energy level, I'd say 90% better. I have, my mental clarity is so much better. I'm able to focus better on small and larger tasks. The oppression of depression, anxiety is just gone. 90%.
Okay.
Yeah. I initially came for jaw problem. I was told nothing can be done, but I felt so oppressed and so debilitated in every way. I had no idea that all of that could be related to my jaw. Probably 70% after a week. Guesstimate, I don't feel the jaw pain when I open and close my mouth to chew. I don't feel just jaw pain in general, where I used to have to hold it all the time when I talk to people because it would hurt. I haven't been holding it. I don't feel it when I speak, the pain. Okay. I don't feel the facial pain. The facial pain is gone on my right side. Yeah, and up here, no, I still have just a little bit of congestion. I think it's from allergies, but it's so much better. Probably 60% better with the sinuses and my breathing through my nose.
Okay.
Yes, I've dealt with anxiety, depression, flip side of the same coin. I've dealt with that coin for many, many years. And for some reason, when my husband started feeling bad just this past week post his treatment, I started feeling better. And I don't have any of that oppressive cloud that hovers over me and keeps me down. I haven't had any of that this past week, other than just life being sad, happy, sad, emotions changing. It is not the same as depression, anxiety. So, percentage 90.
Okay.
Every time I would go walking, that's my form of exercise. After I walked about a mile, I would have to stop and do all kinds of hip exercises or sit down for a while to rest my right hip. I walked 3 different times last week, about 2.5 miles. Wasn't even an issue. I forgot I even had that issue. No hip pain and no right knee pain from walking. It just went away. 100.
Okay.
I'd say 100. My initial expectation for the jaw, I was so down, I would say the percentage of that expectation was probably 40%, 30%. I had
over 90 days.
Over 90 days, I would say probably that. That would have been great for me, that anything to help a little. I never imagined after a week I would feel so much better in so many ways. I just feel like I'm who I am supposed to be right now, not who I am debilitated, walking around all the time, forcing activity, forcing interaction. I said, you are redeeming my life, and I hope that you spread the word and teach others. I'm doing so much better. The sinus congestion that I had, I still do have it to a certain extent, but it's so much improved. Feels so much better. Probably 70% better.
Okay.
I feel clearer. Yeah, when I first came in, my brain fog was so bad, and it took me so long to focus on tasks. And now I've forgotten that I had the brain fog, to tell you the truth, because I feel back to normal. It's almost gone.
Give me an example.
I can function, I can do more things during a day. Things do not tire me out as much, and it doesn't take as much effort for me to focus on a task.
Both mental effort and physical
Mental effort and physical effort. Yeah,
Balance.
Brain clarity, I would say since I first came in to see you to now, probably 75% improvement on brain clarity. And as far as physical improvement and physical energy and not being fatigued all the time, I'd say probably 85%. The jaw pain that I had on my right side, I really cannot feel at all anymore. When I open and close my mouth, I don't feel it popping, and it's not painful to chew. I can eat anything I want. And more importantly, I can sing again because I love singing. And before I couldn't even open my mouth to sing, it hurt. It was painful. And I thought, uh-oh, but now I can sing. I haven't even really thought about it. I forgot that I had ever felt that pain because it feels normal. Percentage of improvement of my jaw pain, probably 95% improvement on I'd say my anxiety has improved because I have more energy. and I'm able to think more clearly. And with that, I'm able to actually exercise more, which helps my anxiety. Whereas before, when I'm just exhausted all the time, you don't have the energy or the motivation to even move your body, or even moving it is so exhausting. So my anxiety level has improved. Kind of hard to say, but I'd say at least 65%, maybe 70%.
Okay.
Yeah. When I used to walk, because walking's what I do for exercise mainly, and I get a lot of joy from that, but it would bum me out because I would get a great pain in my right hip and a great pain in my right knee, and I would have to stop and just sit on a bench and wait for it to go away or wiggle it or whatever. And now it's just gone, completely gone. So I have no hip pain and no knee pain. It is completely gone when I walk.
Percentage?
Oh, 100% better, 100%. I've just noticed that beforehand, it might be because of my head was so clogged or clouded, but now I just don't have balance issues when I walk. I don't kind of lean to one side or the other as much, and it's just kind of a non-issue anymore.
Percentage?
Probably 100%
Okay.
better. When I first walked in and talked to you, I was so relieved because you're the only person that understood how I felt like a walking wreck and a walking mess, and no one could help me. And I know you're not the Messiah, I get it. But you understood how one thing connected to another, connected to another, connected to another. And so I wasn't imagining things. All these little things that built up and bothered me were validated and legitimized and then addressed by this first phase. So even by this first phase, I feel so much better. That's about it, I guess. Oh, my expectation I had was, I hope he can help me. I hope someone can make me feel better, because if you can't help me, then the rest of my life I'm just gonna have to slog through. It's gonna be a slog. I can do it, but it's not gonna be very pleasant. I am the anchor for my family. I'm a caregiver because my husband has stage 4 lung cancer, and we've lived with cancer on and off for 6 years. And he needs me to be very strong. And I have not been. I've done what I could. I've stepped up for him, but then there's nothing left. So I now feel that, honestly, I've reclaimed a lot of my life back. And I feel like I feel healthy. I feel healthy on my road to better health, and am inspired to take a little better care of myself because I have the energy to take better care of myself now.
And help Paul too.
And totally help my husband. Yeah. And not die of a heart attack or stress before he goes. So.
Okay.
You utterly exceeded expectation. I was hoping you could, at the very least, just take care of the jaw pain and address it. But then when you said it might relate to other things, I was hopeful, but now I've lived that hope because I feel it in my body and my everywhere. So yes, you did not make false promises. You know what you're doing, and even after this first phase, I feel, oh, so much better.